Welcome to Victoria, capital of British Columbia, Canada, here in Vancouver Island. In this video, you guys will see places to visit here in Victoria, as well as things to do. Let me introduce ourselves. We are Steve and Az, and we travel full-time in our self-converted camper van, so come on with us. That is the Pendray Tea House. It's basically a manor that is now a tea house.
Your West Coast tea for $68.
But I guess it's not just tea, right? It comes with other things as well included. I guess we love tea, but not that much. The view makes you feel a little bit better about standing in such cold weather.
And then look down there. There is the boats that come into the harbour.
Down there, actually, you can see the Empress Hotel. And right across the road, the famous Parliament building. The Victoria Harbour has a storied past dating back to Indigenous settlements. Captain James Cook's exploration in the late 18th century and the establishment of Fort Victoria in 1843 marked its significance. The harbour thrived as a trading post, especially during the gold rush. Development peaked in the early 20th century with the construction of the Inner Harbour Causeway. Today, it remains crucial to Victoria's identity, boasting iconic landmarks like the Parliament Building and the Empress Hotel, which faces the harbour day and night. Many years ago, before we decided for van life, we were thinking of buying a boat, but it was expensive to keep, it was expensive to buy. Years later, we bought the van and we're a lot happier. We made a good decision.
We did. And wifey doesn't get seasick.
Exactly.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. This is a vibrant city. Lots of noises. Lots of cars, lots of people.
I think probably a lot of the people here are tourists.
Yeah, maybe.
Freezing in the cold.
We'll cross the road to try to get to the Parliament building now. In recognition of the sacrifices of the Canadian forces and Canadian citizens in the service of peace.
So this is a monument for the First World, Second World, Korean and Afghanistan wars, the people that have died.
Here in Canada, you will see people from all over the world because immigration here, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a business. The government makes a lot of money with immigration, so it's good to see all sorts of cultures here. You feel quite small in front of such a big castle. It's literally a castle. That black spot right there is Steven. Hi, Steve! Right there we have the British Columbia flags. Now in summertime you see people just sitting on the grass, getting some extra vitamin D. In wintertime you still see a lot of people, but not sunbathing like this. The Parliament buildings in Victoria are iconic structures designed by the architect Francis Roddenberry, constructed between 1893 and 1897. These neoclassic buildings are a symbol of the city's history and architectural grandeur. Housing the Legislative Assembly of British Columbia, the buildings host official functions and public events. Nearby stands the Empress Hotel, another landmark of the city, also designed by Francis Roddenberry. And right in front of the Parliament building, you can see a statue of Queen Victoria.
So here is the statue of Queen Victoria, who was 1837 to 1901. And at the back, interesting, it says that this stone was laid September 24th, 1919 by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. So I think Prince Charles was the Prince of Wales, so at this time it probably was his father.
That's why Victoria is called Victoria. And the Empress Hotel, it's also called the Empress because of Queen Victoria. It's a massive building. Thankfully the lights just came on as I walked down. Unfortunately, I cannot walk any closer. I cannot go in because they closed for visitors today. They only open tomorrow and weekdays.
Look at these plants, they're almost white. It's like a light grey. I need the bathroom. Should we try go to the Empress Hotel?
How long will it take for them to realize we're not staying there and kick us out?
How are you?
This is a really beautiful place, very high ceilings, wooden staircases, all these stores. Look at these stores, guys, all of them built with wood. Look at these ceilings. Let's go down here. There are other stores, clothing stores, and this carpet feels so good to walk on. We have more jewelry stores, more fine clothing, and as we walk down here, it's like this just keeps on going and going and going. And down there is the, I believe it's the exit or one of the exits.
My dear.
Hi, my dear.
So as you can see, there's quite a grand architecture inside the building, and there are all these shops that tourists can buy their wares. So if you want a nice British jacket or something more royal looking, they have it all in here. Anything royal and British you may want, huh?
I was searching a bit about the history of this hotel. It was first opened in January 20 of 1908, and it also hosted many soldiers during the Second World War. It's named the Empress Hotel because of the Empress at the time, Queen Victoria. It also hosted many royal members of the royal family, like Queen Elizabeth II, King George VI, Queen Elizabeth, and other members of the royal family. Nowadays, it's a hotel, and I don't know if the royal family comes at all. The Empress Hotel is famous for its traditional afternoon tea service, known as the Tea at the Empress. It's a century-old tradition that attracts visitors from around the world to enjoy tea, finger sandwiches, scones, and pastries in a luxurious setting. It's not uncomfortable, it's quite good, but that one is very soft.
This would be cool on planes, this type of chair.
Yeah,
So you
I could sleep
rest on
here.
the side. There's places to sit even.
Where do you want to sit, or do you want to get going? It's cool because even though you don't stay here, you can still go to the restaurant and see other places in the hotel, which is common for most hotels. But what is fun is that there is a lot of history.
So there we go, you have chairs and then you can look out. To the outside of the hotel, you can see the Parliament building. So even the grass is cut in a pattern. Look at that. That is some lawn, isn't it, my dear?
It is indeed.
Very British looking bus next to us as well.
Just as well we came back to Victoria so you guys could see how different this place is in wintertime and springtime. If there is one thing that's really, really great in Canada are the blossoms. Oh, these cherry blossoms are so beautiful, and look how they just float in here. Look how fluffy they are. Guys, this smells so good. Stephen and his family lived in England for many years and they never saw high tea like they do here in Victoria. I think people outside Britain is more British than the Brits themselves.
Maybe in the very upper class you'd have a high tea like that, who knows.
But if you are a Brit watching this, you can tell us in the comments if you have seen this in Britain or not. So the Harbour and the Parliament building as well as the Empress Hotel were all designed by the same person. That's why you see the Empress Hotel and the Parliament building facing the harbour. And it has been a very important harbour to Canada for many years. We came to the Fisherman's Wharf in Victoria. It's actually 10 minutes walk from downtown Victoria, and this place is one of the most beautiful things to do here in Victoria. This place has been around since 1948 and it's bustling with lots of shops and houses. We are actually standing in front of some of the houses and we are talking about floating houses, not normal houses. You can buy fresh seafood straight from the vessels. You can go to restaurants there's just so much to do. Unfortunately, we arrived here a little too late and a lot of the shops are already closed, but we still get to see some of the houses, some of the storefronts, some of the boats. There are lots of boats and you can have a very beautiful view from downtown Victoria from here.
So Fisherman's Wharf is located in Victoria's Middle Harbour, and the original 120-foot wharf could moor up to 60 fish-packing ships. This eastern end of Fisherman's Wharf that we're on at the moment is populated by largely colourful float homes, and it serves as a permanent home to owners.
We also encountered a sea lion. I'm not sure if it was a sea lion or a seal. We managed to get very good close-ups of it. Oh my goodness, how pretty. The main characteristics of the Fisherman's Wharf is the colorful buildings. There are tons of them and there are tons of activities you can do here, like you can go see the orcas, you can go on tours. There are many tours to do around here. We didn't have to pay to see a sea lion apart from the parking. You gotta pay for parking, but it's good, they're gonna watch your car. So we are just walking around and having a look at the beautiful things around. So look at this colorful house. This is just one of them. Everywhere you look, you're gonna see different houses. It's unbelievable to think that people would actually live in things like this, because it's beautiful. It's almost like out of a storybook. This is too bad. This is an in-law suite. You were supposed to put your in-laws outside in the cold. I have a question. If you have a house like this, you don't want to stay here anymore, you want to take your house away, how would you do that?
You tow it behind a boat.
Wow, that's
Just
cool.
hook it up and then you tow it.
I'm over the moon with this.
Okay, so this is the residential area. Let's go up that way to see what else is there.
Yes. Guys, all these platforms here are floating, or at least a large part of it. Look at this. Wow. Ah, there is another house alley down here. And stores. This one's closed. Doesn't this look like, I don't know, a dollhouse from a movie? This one is pretty modern. This one as well. Let's just walk a little down here. This one is for sale, guys. I just wonder how much a house like this would cost. I wouldn't mind living in a house like this if I didn't get so seasick. Last time I was on a cruise, I was really sick. It's like walking in a back alley somewhere. There's even a stroller down here. I wonder if it belongs to the people in this house or if someone just forgot it here. There's a pirate flag up here. Boat. It's a boat. The biggest question here now. Would you live in a house like this?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. If I didn't feel very seasick, I would.
I think maybe in
go ahead.
you get seasick.
Do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there must be, I'm guessing, how many houses here? 50 different houses that are very colourful. Each one has a bit of character, doesn't it?
Yeah. You see houses from the sweetest looking to the most modern looking ones. It's pretty eclectic when it comes to design.
Look at this little one, funny coloured one. Green, blue and orange. Floating bed and breakfast.
Oh, so this is like an Airbnb. Look at those ones down there.
So you have a whole lot of little houses, whimsical, almost out of a storybook.
If you come to Whale Watch, you're gonna probably go on a boat like that one down there.
Oh wow, look at this one.
Beautiful, wow, it's a tug.
This is characteristic. So this is actually a boat tug, but it's made up to be a house.
And you can see cabinets and stuff
tug?
inside. You can actually see the windowsill, the kitchen and stuff. Until now, I wasn't believing that people actually lived in these houses. Now that I see kitchen utensils and stuff, I believe it. We are gonna head to the van and find something to eat. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing so that you don't miss our future adventures here in Canada or anywhere else in the world. We hope to see you guys in the next one. Keep well, God bless, and bye-bye.